Men of Reddit, what questions for women have you always wanted to ask normally, but would be socially unacceptable?
To straight ones, have you had any lesbian moments or confusing phases?
And I went to a women's college where questioning your sexuality was seen as some sort of rite of passage, but still nope. I was quite honestly seen as the oddball for being able to say, I like men and I know it. When my wife and I were first dating, I casually referred to her experimental lesbianism in college. Her response was a serious, "How did you know?" How indeed. Not a bit, but I can definitely appreciate another woman's beauty without feeling like it takes away from my own. I'm just not attracted to women. I see them as friends or role models or sisters.
If you practiced for a while and tried really hard, do you think you could slowly propel yourself through the water just by sucking water into your vagina and pushing it out really hard, Satra, like how an octopus swims?
Probably not, and I imagine trying would result in a massive yeast infection. No, but if I become Kegel Queen, then it may become a possibility. This is oddly specific.
Why do you suck at texting?
Spoiler alert, they usually don't if they're interested. In my experience, it's usually a lack of interest over a lack of things to say. Of course, there are always exceptions, but this is especially applicable with people we've met online.
Okay, I have a question I really want answered by women. What do you think it's like to be a guy?
As myself, I guess chances are I'd be a totally different person because of different hormones and socialization. As far as my day-to-day though, not a whole lot would seem to be different. Even with the stereotypical stuff, I wear t-shirt and jeans every day, take 20 minutes to be all showered and ready for work. I work in a male-dominated field. I like to come home, eat, and watch TV and play video games and hang out with my spouse. Life seems pretty much the same. It might be weirder that I have 3 cats and talk to them all in baby voices if I was a guy, though. My understand is that such delightful things are frowned upon. Restrictive. It's like, there are too many rules on masculinity, and if you deviate from it, you get called out by both sides. Then there's the abject fear of not earning enough, not having enough sex, not being manly enough. Has it changed, though?
Do you stare at our crotches and or butts?
Yeah, especially if a guy's wearing sweatpants, sometimes I can see the outline of your dick and it's pretty hot. I am a crotch fiend. I've been staring at man crotches since I was like 10 years old. I have even caught myself counting how many dicks are in the waiting room at the doctor's office. I'll wonder who has the biggest one and whose curves to the right. I'll fantasize all of them in a line showing their packages. If I think I can get a glimpse of a good bulge, I'm definitely looking. Apparently, my mind is also gross enough to want to see every single bulge, even if it's a grandpa bulge. I guess I'm the package lady as much as a guy is a boob man.
When you're wearing revealing clothing, are you trying to get attention from guys?
Trying to be totally transparent here, as I feel like knee-jerk reaction is to vehemently deny any attention-seeking behavior. But as a single girl, part of my motivation is to show off a little for guys. I work hard for my body, and I'll be damned if I'm not getting some acknowledgement for that. Some girls hate when guys look, or at least guys they aren't attracted to. But I feel genuinely flattered when I notice a guy checking me out, as long as it isn't creepy stares that start to make me feel vulnerable. A quick glance or smile is a huge confidence booster and makes me feel good about myself. Probably not the best advice, but my mom always said, if you've got it, flaunt it. As in, your body won't look like this forever, girl. For me, my boobs are one of my favorite things about my body. They look good. Most of my shirts show some sort of my cleavage. Sometimes I do it for myself and show cleavage for my husband. He's a busy man, to keep his attention.
I asked why women liked nice butts on men and I got downvoted to hell. I was genuinely curious.
Sorry you got downvoted. Butts are great. They're just nice fleshy lumps. Girls and guys, no one's butt is safe from my eyes. It's pleasing to the eye, no different from guys, except a butt and tidy whities if you must go with briefs by colors. Nothing crazy, just not white.
What questions are actually socially unacceptable to ask friends, your partner? I'll ask my wife anything she might tell me to fuck off, but I'll still ask.
I don't mind being asked anything once, but if you ask the same questions over and over, it's getting a little to the point where I would tell you to fuck off.
Why you keep telling this BS that looks don't matter?
It does in the world of casual sex. Not all of us are into casual sex, though. That's a pretty shallow, superficial bar to cross if you just want sex with someone. On an app like Tinder, of course it matters. You only have a superficial read on someone to make a decision whether to swipe left, right. For me, attraction really builds when I know someone. You could become the hottest guy in the world to me, even if you barely drew my attention when we first met. That's where personality comes into play. You could also be demoted quickly if you open your mouth and stupidity spews out. Look, there will always be an initial threshold to cross, for guys or girls, a binary choice of sorts. If someone is repulsive on first sight, they won't be able to move into a sexual romantic relationship. But if a guy barely registers, he can turn that around quickly, at least for me. You don't even have to be close to a supermodel.
Why do you need 80 goddamn selfies in the same location with 80 different poses?
As a husband and amateur photographer, I can tell it's because it takes that many pictures to get a good shot, especially if you're not a great photographer.
A better question, why do you need 80 goddamn selfies in 80 different locations with the same fucking pose? Were you unsure if people saw you the first dozen times? Did you think another 68 more duck faces were required? Did you just want a nice round number?
No idea. I hate getting my photo taken, so I don't do the selfie thing. And I'm a professional photographer. So you're more than likely going to be stuck waiting for me to finish photographing the landscaping, that bug, etc., than you will be waiting for me to do selfies.
I really want to know what it's like to be an attractive woman. I'm sure there's downsides, but it seems like the world is served to you on a silver platter. There's just so much external validation of who you are. People are inclined to like you. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone you meet. You get compliments all the time. Free drinks when you're thirsty. Free food when you're hungry. You're welcome anywhere you want to go. When you're interested in someone, odds are good they will be too. All you have to do is show up and people are happy. It's great if you're also fun or funny, but if you aren't, you're still attractive, and that's enough. As a guy, I feel like I have to do so much for people to think I am worthy of love and kindness and affection. I have to have a good job, otherwise I'm a loser. I have to be strong, otherwise I'm a loser. I have to be generous, otherwise I'm a loser. I have to be fun, otherwise I'm a loser. I have to be assertive, otherwise I'm a loser. I have to prove I'm safe, otherwise I'm a creep. I guess I just want to know what it's like to relax and still be valued.
It definitely has some pros to it, but it also comes along with a lot of unwanted and sometimes inappropriate attention. We have to prove ourselves in all the same ways as well. I would rather have people think I'm a strong, generous person with a good job than them just thinking I'm pretty. Sometimes it's harder to prove those things, as being attractive can also be a disadvantage to how you want people to view you. I would rather be valued for other things. I don't think I'm the most attractive woman, definitely not, but I'm probably in the attractive category. It's an interesting dynamic, BC. Yes, people are generally nice to me. They acknowledge my existence and smile. They're polite and open doors for me. If I sat at a bar, a guy might offer to buy me a drink, but maybe not. Sometimes guys think you're too beautiful and are intimidated and won't approach you. I'm somewhere in the middle, so men usually harass me, especially since I'm petite. I have to do this weird dance, BC, if I'm nice. They try to pressure me into talking to them and drinking their drinks and giving them my number. But once I refuse them, I'm a stuck-up bitch. The flip side is that people don't always take me seriously. They see me as just a pretty face and don't realize that there's substance underneath. When I open my mouth and say something smart, they're shocked. A woman can be pretty and intelligent, huh? When I go to a job interview and the interviewer is a man, it usually goes well. If I get the job, it's a lowball offer for pay and don't want to negotiate. I got the job, BC, they want something pretty to look at. Not because they believe I have something to contribute.
Do you sincerely believe that all the guys that are just friends or like a brother don't want to fuck you? Or is it said just to make your SO feel better?
Yeah. We can sometimes, not always, know the difference. I honestly don't think all my guy friends actively want to fuck me. I'm sure most would, but they aren't pursuing it, and we have boundaries. We just enjoy each other's company. Do you want to bang every single one of your female friends? It's a scary thought that every man wants to have sex with every woman. I would not feel safe in a world where that's true. It seems pretty obvious that men and women can have platonic relationships, and at the end of the day, what really matters is trust. My boyfriend trusts me that I won't cheat on him, and I don't want to cheat on him. I'm sure some of my guy friends might want to have sex with me if the opportunity arose, but it's not going to happen.
Probably how it feels using a tampon, out of curiosity. I could never wrap my head around how it would feel to have basically a blood sponge in you for an extended period of time.
When it's inside, you usually don't feel it. When you get it out before it's filled, it hurts like you're going to rip your skin. God, this is the worst. Hate this feeling more than anything. Well, almost. I also hate when it gets so bloody it feels like it's going to slide right out. Sorry for the graphicness, just how it is. Like pulling a Band-Aid or duct tape of your skin? Genuinely curious. I always imagined it was like you feel it when you put it in, then you just don't even think about it. I figured getting it out would be no problem, but if it's kind of dry down there, I could see that being pretty painful.
Which do you think you'd be more likely to wear makeup on? An island of all men where you're the only woman? Or an island of all women? I guess to put it another way, is the societal pressure to wear makeup more from men or from other women?
I probably would quickly run out of patience with trying to keep my makeup decent on an island. Humidity, sweat, wind, sun, forget it. Also, if I'm the only girl on an island of men, they pretty much won't care what I look like after a week. And if I'm on an island with all women, it wouldn't matter anyway. Definitely the island of all women.
Do women pee in the shower?
Yes, well, I do. Every time.
Would you rather marry for love or money? Honestly.
Love, hands down. Even though my mother raised me with the motto, it's as easy to love a rich man as it is to love a poor man. Awful. Love. I can earn the money I need myself, don't need a man for that. Money. I'm sorry, being poor is not fun. I work very hard to make good money and buy stuff I never got to have when I was younger. He doesn't have to be a millionaire, but a poor guy? No.
Do girls want sex as much as guys want it?
Obviously depends on each individual, but yes, very much so. Yes, I hate the way our culture presents men as wanting sex more than women. I can only speak for myself, but I like sex every day, if not several times a day. Yup, every day, at least once, preferably 3 times.
When you're having sex with a dude without a condom, what do you do after he spooges in you? Like, does it just go in and disappear? Do you have to scrape it out? Sorry.
Yeah, this is the worst thing ever. You pretty much wait for his nasty-smelling semen to slowly leak out of you over the course of an hour or 2. Or do the awkward hopping run to the bathroom to try to scoop some out. Ah, I'm having PTSD-like symptoms of one ex whose semen would make my underwear smell like a rotting carcass.
Thank you so much for watching. Write your questions and stories in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to Threddit for the most incredible stories from threads and Reddit.